Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the NX EdgeStyle, and we have the 00 QanT here. It's number 9, and one of which they've been adding the new effect parts now. No more of those pillars, sadly. I kind of miss those. It's great stacking them. Anyways, here we go. Here's the box art on the back side here. Here we have the Jin Sword number 5, which is the saber, and you got all the bits that can be detached from the shield, and as well as you can use the effect part. Really cool. That's pretty much it for the box. Let's take a look inside. And we got the QanT here. The first thing that kind of strikes me is that metallic green they've used. That looks great for the eyes, as well as the forehead and the side of the head. Then you have the clear plastic here for the gen drive, the condensers on the side of the leg, but seems like they don't have one for the forearm. And the mold looks awesome as well. And another thing I noticed is the white pieces here. It's more stiffer. It's a harder plastic than what we've seen before, where it's a lot softer. So even here at the top, it's that hard plastic. Even the V-fin, it has a little bit of flex on it, but I was still kind of consider it as a hard plastic. The waist here, still you got that soft piece there. But yeah, that looks great. Now in terms of articulation, we have the neck here. Obviously it's gonna hit the front part here. But for the most part, you got decent articulation on the neck. The shoulder here, and you can move this around. There's also a bit of a swivel there. Moving forward, that's great. Elbow band, 90 degree, a little bit more. Then you have your wrist joints, just straight peg. Now for this particular, well, that thing keeps popping off. They made the pegs shorter, and this is to compensate for a shorter bicep. It is an SD, but it tends to pop off from time to time. So aside from these hands here, we have the regular holding hands for the left, and you have the angled one for the sword for the right. You're gonna get this extra one here. This is actually angled, and this only for the left hand. I guess they figured most of the time you're just gonna display this holding the sword, so there's really no reason to give it more hands. Yeah, which is not too bad. I actually wouldn't mind. Again, I probably would just display this with the sword. There we go. Other than that, moving on, we have the waist here. You just got that probably a straight peg. Then you have the legs or the waist. Really good articulation there. You also have the swivel on the side. You got your knee band here. Yep, and ankle. You can even do wide stance. So that's great. Except for this. It keeps popping off. It's supposed to there we go. Hopefully it stays. Alright, so other than that, let's go over the accessories. Alright, the first accessory will be the GN shield here. Or there might be a proper term for this, but here it is. You got some paint here for the white parts, which is good. And actually you can move this up. There's not much going inside here. I think I have the high grade of this. You can move this out, or even the SD. And you have the shoulder mount here, which goes on the side here. There's a peg. But before that, they have also the gimmick. You can mount this on the back. To do that, you have to flip this around. But pushing this in tends to pop out the whole thing. So I would recommend pop this out first. Locate the back. Push this in. There we go. Then reattach this. And it's just gonna be like this. There we go. Then you have it as a back, or like a backpack. There we go. Quite nice. Otherwise, let's detach this and put this on the shoulder. This tend to pop out as well. So again, connect on the peg joint, or especially if this is your first time putting on, which kind of is right now. There we go. Ah. Yeah, this thing's... Yeah, I kind of wish they've have a better way of this connection here. Although, again, it's... You get that small bicep. Maybe there is no other way. But it's able to hold it with that joint there. And if it gets loose, again, you can use the clear floor polish technique. Just dab a little bit on the joint. It should tighten it. If ever it gets loose, you have your typical NX Edge base right here, which you can mount on here or underside or on the back here. I'll probably just do it on the back here. There we go. Actually, you know what? It's probably better I'll put it on the bottom. So for this base, if this is your first NX EdgeStyle review, or one you've seen, you have to pop this out. It's actually, this one's a little stiffer than the other ones I had. You gotta pry it out. You cannot just rotate that peg connection. So just pry it out gently. There we go. So it's limited on what angle you can put on, but for the most part, either you have it at, what do you call this, perpendicular, or just straight up. Put this on the bottom. There we go. And moving on, we have the sword here, QanT Sword 5. This is in one solid piece. I thought you can move this, but no, one solid piece. Let's put this on here. Just slides in, and that's just right there on the forearm where it connects. And there we go. This looks great. Right, so the next one is you get this one, and this is for the QanT Sword bits. And you also have two of these, which will help you connect them to the base. So just gonna do that one. There we go. Then to the other one right here, just bend this and connect it like so. I probably should do it the other way. There we go. And we're just gonna put it on the side here. And you're free to put this wherever you want. There we go. And we're gonna put the QanT Sword bits. Basically, we're just gonna remove it from the shield. You get 6 of them. I find that shield barren without bits. So here we go. Just gonna attach them. I think, let's see here. Huh. Actually, I think the smaller one goes on top. There we go. Yeah, and it just progresses to the larger one on the bottom. There we go. People do love their shield bits. And one thing I also noticed that it's only painted on one side, unfortunately. There we go. I probably should have put the blue bits on top, but you kind of get the idea. It's not too bad of a effect part, but I'm never too fond of this circular effect for the bits. I just either have it on the shield or on the sword. Now for the sword, actually before we get there, I gotta talk about this particular effect part. So this one is really nice, and again they've been adding the effect part instead of the pillars to stack the NX Edge, which is not too bad of a trade-off because effect parts are always cool. You have the big connection there. It's supposed to kind of like a thrust effect part. Now to put this on here, it's a little tricky. You might have to put this on the back side, like so. And you might have to use the, let's see if I can remove this white piece here. Now you have to have enough length or height, because if you just use one with this, it's not enough. So I guess you're gonna remove this piece here, bottom here, and let's see if we can reattach. I wonder how. Okay, yep. Remove this and connect it like so. Now we have a little bit longer and still not high enough. This is when you're going to be asking, they should have given us a longer peg or a separate one. And it's supposed to go inside. There we go. It's cool, but it's one of those that I don't think quite works out for this. But we do have this effect part. It's not too bad. I just wish it was a little bit better. Or you can just have it so as if he already slashes that and it's just sending that forward. You can do that too. It's not too bad of an effect. Alright, next part is combining all the GN bits and you get your GN Buster Sword. So let's take this out. We're gonna detach this. And it is a straight peg, so you can turn this sideways and it's kind of like your GN spatula. Which this is the blaster mode, this is the sword mode. It's ridiculous. Here we go, put this on here. And I like how they've it's pre-painted for you with certain parts. And let's see here. Gotta just guess how this thing's okay. Wow, it is. I may have to cheat here with instructions. Okay. Alright. So I guess we put this on first, the low ones. There we go. Let's do the little one. No, that's should be on the bottom here. There we go. And as you can see, it's only on one side, which is not too bad. You can always rotate this. That way, whenever you take photos or whichever facing to you, you have that color. Or you can take your time and paint the other side as well. And here we go. It looks great. And it's solid too. Now let's put this on here and then hope that the joint can still hold it. And obviously it's gonna be a little tough. And gravity will take its place eventually. And then somewhere in the instruction is telling us that you're supposed to support it with the other hand which I find that ridiculous. But yeah, this definitely needs a help with another base, or just fold the elbow and get in this position. Yeah, it's a great gimmick for the QanT, and people always like the Buster Sword, but I always find it ridiculous. It works on space, but now nerd, I would assume, because it's really hard to swing a giant sword without weight and momentum. Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the NX EdgeStyle QanT. It's a really great figure. Overall, I like the design they implement on this. It looks cool. There are a few drawbacks. This effect part needs a better stand, or a higher stand, which works with the stand here. But yeah, overall, I really like it and highly recommend to get one of the NX EdgeStyle, or if you're collecting, definitely gotta pick up the QanT. Anyways, that's about it for this review. Hope you guys like it. Again, got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below. And that's about it. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching. And if you're curious what they look like side by side, here we go.